Alright, this was the little bridge that he said that we needed to cross. Ooh, look at that larger bridge out that way. Huge ass waterfall. Ooh. Giant horned iguanas. Kholusian iguana. Cool. Alright, Alphinaud. Kholusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. Oh, right. When you look at a map of Norvrant, which is this area of the only area that was spared the Flood of Light, it looks a lot like, geographic-wise, it looks a lot like Eorzea. I think it's because it's a reflection of the source, but obviously everything is named different and, you know, things look different. I mean, it has an entire different history, more or less. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. Yeah. Or is he just talking about the feel of the people? You know, how it's just like any other place? To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this, one with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. Yeah, and considering there's been 7 umbral calamities, that's 7 worlds completely destroyed. Yep. Up, scream. Somebody's in trouble. Screaming woman. No, get away from me. Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Alright, I'm with you off now, but hold on a second. Alphinaud is still summoner. Let's switch over to White Mage. I'm on it. Going to aid. Let's ride the Chocobo. A Sin Eater. Shit. Manic Madam. Oh, thank the fates, you. Look out. No problem, I got this. Forgiven Cowardice. His name is Beefy. Holy crap. Let's Presence of Mind this so we can cast faster. Get regen up, reapply dot. There we go. You're alright, lass. Or lady. Elderly lass. My poor heart. Thank you, young miss. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings. Alphinaud was a straight line, but alright. But I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Yeah, just a Sin Eater. A lesser Sin Eater. Oh, are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Eulmore with the rest of them. I know there's the fishing village back there. There's still people that are living here. Doubt those fancy lord and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has got to be safer than staying here. We could Listen, lass, alright? On the down low, we could get you passage to the Crystarium. Alright, that's a way better place. We can, on the down low. You want to get to the Crystarium? One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again for saving my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. But there's also you. You lot. There's a fishing village back there with some people that are, you know, bravely living here and not bending the knee to Eulmore. Oh, so like, it was like, she has like plants, like bushels of plants strapped around her belt, but the plant leaves are like in green, and for a second I looked at those and I was just like, does she just have like 3 broken bottles like attached to her waist that she's just ready to shank someone with? But I was just like, oh no, those are bushels of plants. Okay, got it. But for a second I was just like, what is that? Are those just broken bottles? No, it's alright. Okay. Just as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Eulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Yeah. Sin Eaters, man. And, you know, Alice did say that there are, like, roving, that usually there's just, like, individual Sin Eaters and stuff like that. But if a greater Sin Eater comes along, they flock, the lesser Sin Eaters flock to the greater Sin Eater, and then they just, like, descend on villages like a fucking locust swarm. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Oh, we learned a lot from Alice. And being out with Alice, we know that we know of these abominations. Yes, Alice would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared to with Alphinaud, Kholusia is almost a haven. Yeah, Alphinaud being closer to the wall of light, they see more Sin Eaters, I think. Being the border of between the lightless, the light-filled wastes. But as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Yeah, 1 life saved. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. So that moment there was probably basically just like, hey, did you do this one first instead of Alice's one? Let me tell you a little bit about Sin Eaters. We did get attacked by a Sin Eater when we initially came to the first, or we didn't really get attacked, like Lena or whatever the Vieira guard lady, whatever her name is, she like fucking took it out before we could even really be attacked. But so we knew what a Sin Eater looked like, at least the lesser Sin Eaters, but we didn't know what a Sin Eater was until we spoke with Alice, or I guess until you speak with Alphinaud here. So you speak with either of the twins. You know, the exarch could have really given us lessons of the first 101, but maybe like, you know, like even like Tesleen. Even Tesleen, you know, was just like, it's better that Alice or Alphinaud explain, because they might leave out a detail that seems obvious to them, but you know, as you know, they wouldn't think to explain to somebody like brand new. Alright, Alphinaud? And here we are. These are like the slums leading up to Eulmore, where these hopefuls, quote unquote, gather. All right, destination.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Eulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gatetown, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
If they don't let everybody in, then Open Arms is sort of like ironic. Lies.
I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh?
Begrimed bloke. Yes, hello, I am the new friend. Do you think our staff gives us away as being part of the Crystarium?
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Alphinaud, this lad is giving me creepy vibes. I turned to Alphinaud, I'm just like, what does he mean?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
Thanks, Alphinaud. Leave her be. I like this. Thanks, Alfie. Alphinaud defending us here. Compete,
What?
quote,
I was only
unquote.
making conversation.
Aggressively. And without real context to me. Ooh. Oh, trumpets.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Okay, jesters? Oh, carnival music.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Eulmore extends its warmest regards.
I like, look at this little clasp here with like the star dangly at the end. That's nice. Look at all the details to this. Like, look at the mask with like the trim here and then the one single like tier clipped on. Very nice details.
Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu.
Wow, they really got the blue and the red stuff down here. Like, this glass has red eyes and this glass has blue eyes. Even that on top of that as well.
Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Name yourself or another. So they basically just like come down here anytime like they're just like, hey, somebody wants something, and it's just like, can any of you fulfill this purpose? And then those ones who can get into the city.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Eulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame.
Also, look at Alphinaud's fancy-ass book here. This is very nice. I didn't notice this. Very fancy. Also, I love his poncho. Didn't comment on the poncho before, but nice poncho.
It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
Wow, so they're basically just like, it's the end of days! Time to fucking live it up while we can still live. Wow. I mean, on the one hand, fair enough. On the other hand, like, to do that at the cost of others, when, you know, the world hasn't ended yet. It's not like, oh, the days, like, as long as you live, the world hasn't ended yet, you can be doing something.
A poor man could sooner pass through the Eye of a Needle than Eulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
Fulfill the whims of one of the privileged. I see. Poor man can sooner pass through the Eye of a Needle than Eulmore's gates. Wasn't it a line? Is it a Bible thing? It might be a Bible thing. I think it was a quote from Jesus or something like that. I don't fucking know. The line is that like a rich man can sooner pass through the gates of heaven than a camel through the eye of a needle, or something like that. That's a line or something like that. It was more or less quote. That's what I think of when he said this line. It's a quote I've heard before. Oh, somebody's walked forward.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back.
Like, I guess like if you lied and said that you could do something and then you couldn't, you'd probably be like, you know, like there'd probably be like punishment for that. So I guess like there's no like lying about what you can do.
Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the City of Splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Having seen your all too obvious charms, did they just like give her a once over, or was there like a test that she had to perform to see if she could cook or not? Because they wanted a master culinarian, right? I mean, yeah, I guess someone was chosen.
Expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident.
An extra share, so because they got someone they're passing out, what is that, bread?
For you.
Ah, lost!
Enjoy.
Thank goodness.
Over here.
Meal
That's
is a
fucked up.
foodstuff which Eulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Okay. Bread?
Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems
Off. Kind of like, creepy. Yeah. It does, it seems like, they look down, these people are looked down upon as the masses. It's undignified. They're just being handed out scraps.
let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I concur, Alphinaud. Oh, what? This last looks back? At me? Okay. Okay, lass. I see. Okay, I see you. Direct eye contact. All right. The red one. Alphinaud? Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via contest of ever-changing rules. Well, yeah, it just seems like, you know, it's whatever whimsy whoever happens to have up there is just like, hey, we need someone who can do this. Yay, nay, you know? Is that why that guy was asking me for tricks? He just wanted to learn to do whatever I could do better so that he could be he could get chosen if ever the situation comes up. Do they not welcome traders to the city? Is it they really offer no others? You have to have residency to even touch foot into the city? They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades. Okay, so it didn't begin this way. Ever since Eulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. Because they're living on handouts? I mean, yeah, to a certain degree. I mean, you can't rely on something like that. You know, it's not something reliable that you can count on forever, or that you could count on, especially if, you know, power has changed hands in the city before. I've tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. I see. They're all just very hopeful to get into Eulmore, and any talk of improving Gatetown to try to run more reliably by its own is, you know, just with nothing. They're just too caught up in this dream of wanting to get into the city. The attitude is so entrenched now. I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around in Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Okay. Go, take the measure of Gatetown. I shall wait here. Will do, I guess. Oh, side quests. Alright. Side quests are here as well. Alright. Sithelbarth. Oh, hold on. Let me also, if we're doing side quests, let me switch over to Summoner. You're looking to get inside. Of course you are. Who wouldn't want to live each day with a full belly and a pretty partner on each arm, eh? Nah, I'm not actually. I'm just passing through. Oh, it's the Brime bloke from the beginning. Hello. Still here, are ya? Can't blame ya for wanting a slice of Eulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch the sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. No, he's my friend. Sour-faced brat, how dare you? Gatetown's not much to look at, aye, but at least it's safe. And the mule is the best thing I've ever tasted. Okay. Well, that's another Aetheryte town. Oh, out that way. Some windmills. Whatever that is. Right up there. There's the side quest. There's the side quest. Worried waif. Up, we're getting a ring coffer. Okay, this is item level 385. Okay, yeah, this will replace one of our rings. On Summoner. Though, we might actually need a higher item level ring on... It's 305. Hold on a second. Let's see what we have on our healer set currently. Okay, yeah, the Dairyuu Maku Ring of Healing is 370, so we'll actually take it for... We'll take it for the main class. The worried waif looks around in desperation. Please, won't anybody help us? What do you need lass? It's my brother. His belly hurts so much he can't even move. I don't think the fresh water we bought was fresh at all. Oh no. Could you talk to the potion maker for us, miss? I already tried, but when he started explaining the things he wanted for the medicine, I got scared and ran away. Don't worry, I'll help. The potion maker needed something to make the medicine, but I've already forgotten what he said. Okay, stay there, lass. I'll help out. Oh, potion maker way on the outskirts of town, so we'll pick up some other things while we're here. Some of the other side quests. Aspiring songstress. Ooh, nice flower crown, lass. The aspiring songstress wishes to practice her singing without interruption. What have we here? An admirer come to exalt in the purity of my vocal splendor? No, just passing through. No, well... You would feel honored to meet me if I were ever allowed to test the limits of my instrument. The limits? One day, I shall be the talk of Eulmore, nay, of all Norvrant. But first, I must secure a venue in which to practice. If I sing but a fraction of my full volume, the cretins around here become so unreasonably angry, insulting even. Thus, I have taken to finding a quiet spot near the coast. Yet even there, my scales and trills seem to drive the wildlife into a frenzy. I can scarce begin my practice before I'm forced to flee from some enraged beast. Oh no. You look to have seen a fair share of fighting. What say you stand in guard in allowing me my fair share of singing? Pretty, please? Okay, will do, I guess. Hold off on the singing until I get there, though. Istel. Hello. They say that the trick of getting into Eulmore is, well, having a trick, or a skill, or any kind of redeemable quality. Any kind of redeemable quality. Anything, really. Oh, hello. Just on top of the boxes here. Gatetown. Gatetown is a haphazard mess of shacks and lean-tos, the result of refugees throwing up shelters as they await their chance to embrace the comforts of Eulmore. Though living conditions can be best described as abysmal, the regular distribution of meal and a minimal risk of eater attacks has only seen the population increase over time. Okay. Is it decreased chance of senior attacks because they're close to the city? Like, do they have like guards patrol this place or what? Preoccupied petticoat. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? It seems a very colorful city. I mean, fair enough. And I guess like if these people have lived on this island their entire life, they haven't been seeing the Crystarium or anything like that. Crystarium is also a bopping place. Ah, Eulmore, you taunt me with your promised bounty. They're way out this way? Okay, here we go. Alright, we gotta pick up 2 more quests here, and then also there's someone else to talk to. Okay, can't go through there. Alright, very well. Oh, here we go. Unfulfilled Forager. This gives you earrings. Okay, we don't really need earrings because we got the Phoenix earring here. The unfulfilled forager has a craving for meat. What I wouldn't give for just one mouthful of juicy meat. I've eaten naught but meal for more moons than I can count. I mean, I'm grateful for the handouts and all, but sometimes a man needs variety. You guys just only live off the handouts? Really don't do anything else? You don't even like if, what is that shit, just bread? Like, the guy said it was super tasty bread or whatever, but like, nothing else? Dude, variety's the spice of life. If I had me a roasted game bird about now, I'd strip that beauty down to the bone. But have you ever tried catching one of them tragopans? It's like asking to have your eyes pecked out. What, you reckon you could do better? Go ahead then, make me eat my own words just so long as they come with a side dish of bird flesh. And make sure to bring it back alive and kicking, you understand? Here's a bit of rope to truss it up and a sack to carry it. You might need to, daze it a bit first. Once you knock the fight of the bird, you can bind it with the length of rope. Okay. Sure, will do. Really have to bring it back alive? All right. Teorik. Teorik is wrinkling his nose in displeasure. My poor sensitive nose. Do you smell that awful stench? What we require here is a strategically placed sachet of ground collusion sage. The trouble is, I'm not quite willing to die in the process of attaining said herb. What of you, miss? There's sage aplenty near the clave should the promise of reward overshadow any fear you might have of stabbing tooth and rending claw. 2 generous bunches should suffice. Okay. You'll find patches of sage over the west near the clave. 2 large handfuls of the herb would be most appreciated. What, am I looking at this bubbling cookpot? Why is this glowing? A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks of meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. What, you just make a soup with it? Okay, I guess that's how they get the variety. Making meal soup. Alright, we'll come back to talk to Alphinaud as soon as we go around looking at the, oh look, somebody in a cryo outfit. Dedeku Dekuka. I guess that's close to being Lullafill appropriate. I don't think it's quite right, but that sounds Lullafill appropriate. Lullafill appropriate enough. Alright, we gotta go talk to the potion maker or whatever out this way. Oh, there's one of the tragopans as well. This is a very thin-ass looking bird, but okay. Okay, is it weakened enough? Okay, good. Wrangling rope. Boom shakalaka. We also got these like Chow-Chu looking mother truckers out here. Germinant. Up. Is it? Yeah, okay, it's out this way. Right. Ivory? You a newcomer. Wicked white, that's all I bloody needed. Another rival. Nope, we're good. Alright, Puissant Potion Maker, hello. Welcome, welcome. What concoctions are you after today, then? Some kid with, drank some water and now he's very sick. Ah, yes, I remember the young girl and her ailing brother. I'd used the last of my bark, you see, and all I wanted was for her to gather some from the trees on the cape. The way she ran off, you'd think I'd ask for a bowl of her blood or something. You're welcome to collect a few strips of her, strips in her stead if you like, although I don't expect you'd want the bother. Still here. Oh, very well then. Find some trees and use this knife to very carefully peel away 3 pieces of nice, dry bark. I won't hold my breath. What, did I do it well or did I come back at all? All I need is 3 or so nicely dried strips of bark. Make sure you use that copper knife. Very important. Oh, and do bring the knife back if you please. Will do. Really trusting us to with this copper knife is apparently important. I mean, it's copper. It's fine copper. Okay, we also need to pick up bunches of Kholusian sage out here. Oh, nope, it looks like we are encountering the trees first. I see like they got like the dodo birds over there. It would seem like they would have more meat on them than these little tiny birds. Alright, copper knife. Harvesting knife borrowed from the potion maker. He wants it back. Alright, and then the last piece of dried bark. And then, yeah, it looks like the sage is on the cape this way. You know what? This little town is like right here. I'm gonna go attune to this aetheryte. Because why not? Hello, small town. Very nice buildings you have here. Way better than the shacks. I mean, why wouldn't people want to go live here? Seems very nice. Maybe more chance of seeing your third attack if they do not have whatever guards, whatever patrol city or some shit, but whatever. Very nice, very nice. Thank you. I just attuned to the Eternite. I'm sure I will be here at some point for questing, so... or something. See you later. This is nice. A little bit of a rope bridge out this way. To what might have been a former lighthouse or something. Okay, here we go. Kholusian sage. Alright, bird, you've chosen death. Bahamut, go! Take it out. Alright. Now I'm curious, how far do these steps go up here? Steps? I don't think, it must not go. Yeah, okay. So it must not go very far. I don't think I'd be able to ascend the entire tower. Alright, swanky. Alright, back to Gatetown we go. Wait. Oh, we gotta go protect the songstress of the sea. Wait! Ah, damn it, we have to go back. I was just like, was there any other quest that we had? I was just like, oh yeah, we gotta go protect this lass. This lass like, where's that kind adventurer who is gonna protect me for what I sing? And I'm just like, dude, completely forgot about this lass. Whoops. We're right here as well. Alright, there she is. Aspiring songstress. We're not gonna go to the very edge of the peak out this way. You're gonna stand here? Alright. Ah, it is so invigorating to sing here. I feel as if my voice rings clear across the sea. Now, if you'd be so kind as to intercept any nuisances before they ruin my practice, I should be most appreciative. Alright, the sound of singing is almost entirely drowned out by the waves crashing down below. Okay. Sure. She's supposed to be singing at max volume. Surely the waves cannot be that loud, especially considering we're pretty high up. I mean, maybe big waves, I don't know. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. Oh, that's one side. Guess threats from the other side. Okay, yeah, here we are. Holy shit. Alright. The big lad. Okay, let's get Bahamut out here. Finish this and finish it off. Alright. Lass, your singing done? Oh, that was simply wonderful. You don't know how long it's been since I was last able to sing to my heart's content. And it's all thanks to you. I just returned to town so I might show you the proper gratitude. No problem, lass. Understandable, understandable. It's nice to, you know, be able to sing as loudly as you like. You know, sometimes you just wish to sing loudly. You just wish to belt it out, you know. Very understandable. Alright, let's hand in these side quests here and then we speak with Alphinaud. Oh, hold on. First we gotta go back to the potion maker. So we can get the remedy for the young lad. Alright, we're back. Ah, I see you finally came to your senses. Let's have the knife back then. I also have the dried bark. What do you mean I came to my senses? You guys don't want to help out your children? You guys don't want to help out children? I can understand maybe you not wanting to help out, like, just randos, but children, dude. Children? A piece of papery bark which serves as an ingredient for various herbal concoctions. And also your knife. Are we not giving him back the knife? Well, what's this? I actually went to harvest the bark, but what could you possibly hope to gain? kindness will get you nowhere in this rotten town. Children. Like, I can maybe understand you being like, oh, we're so jaded, I don't want to help out others or whatever. You know, whatever, to each their own, you know? Like, I can understand. You don't got the energy, maybe, to help, you know? Like, you gotta take care of yourself. I understand. But children? Can even be bothered to help a child, dude? What? This is a sad state. What a rare soul you must be. Suppose I have no choice now but to mix up the cure I promised. Ah, damn, making me work for others, dude. We'll pay you for it. I don't know if they would think to have use for money if they're just like living on the handouts from the city and just hoping to get in. I mix some herbs and powders together with the bark you brought. A few pellets a day should soon settle the aches in the lad's stomach. Okay, thank you. Never mind the payment. Oh, thank you. After all, it's you who's done most of the legwork. You know, I'd hope to trade my healing skills for a life in Eulmore, but maybe my place is here amongst the poor and the desperate. We're inspiring him. To help for the sake of helping. To be needed. It's not a bad feeling. That's right, lad. Be inspired. Be inspired. Yeah, help them out, dude. I'm sure they're... Look at the state of squalor these people are living in, man. I'm sure they really need help. Good lad. Good lad. He's taking that feeling of doing good and he's running with it. We've been in this town for less than a day and already we're inspiring people to be better. Alphinaud's just like, Kelvin's been here for like 5 seconds and already she's had like 5 people or something like that ask her for help. No, maybe not 5. 3 or so people ask her for help, and I saw one guy that was just like changed his entire attitude about things. Like, Jesus Christ. Alright, aspiring songstress. Thank you ever so much for your help. I almost wish I could keep you on as an assistant. I know I seem to be struggling through a rough patch at the moment, but once I make a name for myself in Eulmore's cabaret show, the privileged will be climbing over each other to offer me patronage. And then, when I'm wealthy and famous, you shall have the reward you deserve. For now, however, this is all I can afford. Consider it advance payment. No problem, lass. Glad to have helped. Theorique, here is your sage. How fared the harvesting efforts? A fragrant herb native to the island of Kholusia. Yes, this is a goodly amount, my thanks. A moment while I prepare an experimental sachet. Just grind these up, add a sprinkle of this, a dash of that. And 'tis done. Tis akin to inhaling a springtime breeze. I must begin producing these fair-scented pouches in bulk. You, miss, have the privilege of putting my aromatic creation to the test. Place one of these sachets behind the foul-smelling shack and inform me of the results. Okay, sure, I guess. Here we go. Kholusian Sage Sachet. This tiny pouch exudes the powerful, pleasant aroma of Kholusian Sage. The rank fumes permeating the air are slowly replaced by pleasant, refreshing scent. Okay, this man basically like Febreze in the town, or whatever. How long do you think that'll last for, though, dude? Did my sachet prove the victor of the contest of fragrances? It did. For the time being. Well, that is satisfying to hear. I shall continue manufacturing these pockets of sage and proceed with secreting them about the place. The thing of it is, the folk of Gatetown often paw through the refuge discarded by the free citizens of Eulmore. Such salvaged items have, however, spent no short span of time moldering against actual garbage. That's the offensive odor I have been forced to endure, but no longer. Thanks to you, my olfactory senses will be spared. Pray, accept this token for your trouble. Up here since this side, I'm actually a rather fastidious fellow, so you can imagine how little I enjoy living in this stinking filth. I just need to hold my nose until the day I can walk through that gate. Alright, dude. Unfulfilled forager. Hey, yo, we got your bird. Tell me there's a bird in that sack. There is. This sack jerks violently with the thrashing of its angry, feathered occupant. Oof, that's a feisty one. Nice work, stranger. Seeing this fellow all dressed up for the dinner table reminds me of being back in Stilltide. It's been years since I left to chase after Eulmore's promises, but I'm no closer to getting through the gate than when I started. Maybe it's time I gave up on hollow dreams and went home to my old mum. Anyway, my thanks for the bird, friend. Complete. Alright, so this is just earrings, so I guess we'll put this, whoops, we'll put that there for the time being. And then finally, we need to give the remedy to the lass. Hello, we are back.
Did you go and see the potion maker?
A pouch full of brown-colored pellets take 3 a day to settle upset stomachs.
For my brother. Oh, thank you, miss. You saved his life. You'd be wanting coin, right? I'm not sure we...
No, it's okay, lass. On the house. On the house. Yeah, that's right. Shakes head. No problem.
What do you mean, nothing? Here, you must take these at least. I collected them myself. Thank you again.
Collected these yourself. What? The ring? Okay. Collected the ring herself. Alright, let's go and put this on healer. Alright. It says Isle Wolf Ring of Healing. See what this looks like. She's gonna collect it. It just looks like little horns. She collected it herself apparently. Maybe it's shells. I don't know. Powerful healing ring this lass just gave to us.
Here, I made it myself.
Lass has a future in remaking. I don't know. Alright, update and then also put it on this on Scholar. Awesome. Alright. Now back on White Mage and let's talk to Alphinaud. Alphinaud, we've done a thorough thing of the city. Also, we helped some folks out. You see what Gatetown has to offer. Yeah, a lot of people just accepting their lot here or like just really betting all their hopes and dreams upon getting into the city. And then also some really jaded people that have really lost faith in humanity, I think. Like, they've just been here with, like, self-centered assholes for way too long. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on handouts of meal and believe Eulmore is the answer to all their woes. Yeah. Yet, no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. They're too close-minded. They've had their sights set for too long. The one dude I talked to was just like, maybe he should give up his dream and he should go back to his mum in the fishing village or whatever, so... I think your words will probably reach some of them. Some of them are just dead set. A fickle existence. Alphinaud wears a look of profound disapproval. Profound. Oh, yep, that's profound disapproval. Anky eyes. You disapprove of these people's way of life. You disapprove of Eulmore. You just spoke of how... I will say you disapprove of Eulmore. Because these people's way of life... the root is Eulmore, is it not? It is difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Yeah, it's hard to make a judgment on the city itself if we don't see the city, but based on the fact that they treat the hopefuls the way that they do. I mean, they do give them free food though, so there is that. But like, they just like really just leave them out here. Not that it matters. However unjust this system seems to me. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. Yeah. I mean, you can try to inspire them to do better as much as you can, but in the end, your words will only be able to reach the people that are willing to hear them. You know, we've seen this, you know, when we went to places like Alagana at first, you know, like trying to inspire them to, you know, like they were so jaded and, you know, they'd given up on seeing freedom and stuff like that. So you only talk to them so much about resisting when they're, you know, they're just trying to get by, you know? But I'm sure your words would reach some of them, Alphinaud. But take the elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Eulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? Well, yeah, there's no real big force here, apparently, in Kholusia besides Eulmore. I mean, the rest have to rely on themselves. Like, certainly, maybe if they banded together, there seems like a couple of settlements, but they keep losing people to Eulmore. I mean, apparently Eulmore has guaranteed the safety of those who bend the knee. So, does that mean that, you know, like, if the villages decided to, hey, yeah, we'll swear fealty to Eulmore, that they'll protect those villages? I just don't know the situation here. Like, and what does swearing fealty mean? You know? Like, on the one hand, like, you know, like, it's pretty rude, like, and how would, you know, like, they must have, like, soldiers or something to enforce, you know, this safety or whatever, or else it's, like, a very empty gesture. Why would they even want to bend other people to bend the knee, especially in far-off places like the Crystarium or other cities? You know? I need to know more. What are they promising? How would they plan to enforce it? What does swearing fealty mean? You know, because there's swearing fealty, which on the one hand is like, okay, you know, like swearing to like ally yourself to them or to like recognize their authority, and that can be fine. But then there's like, yeah, swear fealty to us and have to obey all of these like shit ass rules, and then also like recognize that we're almighty or whatever, and then that's crossing the line or whatever. So, you know, I need to know more. In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Yeah. Fewer and fewer people. Hey, I'm not convinced that Eulmore's generosity truly serves the best interest of Kholusia's people. No, I mean, it's clear to me they don't care for Kholusia as a region. They care for Eulmore. And Eulmore alone. They don't care about this region, man. It's clear as day. I'm not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hardworking villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. Indeed. I mean, look at the Crystarium. That's fucking amazing what they're doing there. There has to be a better way. I'll not know for sure, however, until I've taken those long-delayed steps through Eulmore's gates. Yeah, you gotta know what's happening in the city. You know, what's the structure of the city. It is fortunate that you arrived when you did, Kelvin. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called. Though you and I know them as Sahagin. Oh, okay, okay. Cool. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Otaru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. Holy fuck, nicely done, Alphinaud. How'd you do that? How'd you, in the ocean? You just rowed a boat out there or something like that? Fucking Alphinaud, dude. How you do? Alphinaud, all alone? Fucking young lad? Dangerous? I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Eulmorean lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Yeah, fair enough. I was gonna say, like, surely, like, they must allow some merchants into the city, right? They can't, like, I don't know where they're getting this mule from, but unless Eulmore has like a bunch of farms that we're not seeing in there, like surely they have to be getting food from somewhere to sustain this city, right? And if all these farming villages or whatever are barely producing enough to stand by, they did say, I think some of the farming villages did say they trade with Eulmore a little bit, so maybe they are sending some food there. Or maybe they have like a roaming batch of Eulmorans that go out of the city to go collect food and then come back. I don't know. They said it's a big city though that rivals the Crystarium. Like the Crystarium has like its own like farms and stuff like that to get food, but like you would need a lot of farmland to stay in that city. I'm impressed. Alphinaud, I'm impressed. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. I think Alphinaud has always been like he's always been sent to negotiate with things, so I think he must know. He must have known something is negotiating. I think he just didn't, he was just like, how much can a sword cost? And he just wanted to buy it because it's the right thing to do. And then he just didn't look at the price tag. So I think he knows of money, but alright. Well done, Alphinaud. Up. Serious face, arm cross, I guess. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Of course, sure. Of course, serious fist punch. Let's go. Excellent. I should be glad for your company. Or was I going to say no, Alphinaud? First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Moshamoa, my supplier in the right. Come, it's just northwest of here. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, somebody listened in on us. I mean, are they gonna try to get to the trade deal first? I mean, you couldn't just be like, hey, yeah, that white-haired lad sent me to do this. Oh, okay, we are going out to this township. Okay. I wasn't sure how immediately we'd get sent out to this township, so I went to go attune to their aetheryte, but we're going out here.